And I think those who have Netflix know this show. The show is called Black Mirror.
Hizo ilikuwa kali na ilikuwa confusing. Iko confusing sana.
Yeah, what's up, people? Welcome to Action 254. My name is Ben Waka, and as usual, I'm with the Darkman,
Niko hapa nyuma ya
Camera.
kamera.
Jeff himself.
Na kwa sound bana, hapa sound mixing bana. Zote mbili.
I'm multitask.
Bana. Audio visual producer. Karibuni watu.
Yes. Welcome, people. So today we are doing the last episode of the season. And we have come a long way since last year. Was it September?
Yeah.
So literally, it's almost 1 year since we began. And today we are going to be doing a TV show. Like previously, we did a movie, First Blood, but then in one YouTube site. And today's format is different. It's not like the other shows we have done. It's not like a recurring serial. It's an anthology. As you know, an anthology series is one where either different episodes have a different cast and story, or the whole season is a whole story, a complete story, and then probably the next season is something different. So I think we get the gist now. So this is the first anthology series you have done, and I think those who have Netflix know this show. The show is called Black Mirror. We're going to be doing the first season of the show. So Jeff, ulionaje hii show?
Hizo ilikuwa kali na ilikuwa confusing. Iko confusing sana. Especially second nilikuwa nimepotea kabisa. Kabisa.
Tutachamba tu usijali. Yeah, I think hopefully wewe utashikanisha in the others who are watching.
Niliinterpret kivyangu na the mini interpret maybe inaweza kuwa so top class controversial. But tuendelee tu.
So let's dive into it. So this show, Black Mirror, came out in 2011 on Channel 4 in the UK. It was created by somebody called Charlie Brooker, who executive produces the show along with Annabelle Jones and writes majority of the episodes in the show. Being an anthology show, every episode contains a different story, as I've said, and stars a different cast of actors in each one. Most of the episodes are speculative fiction, meaning they depart from realism and instead present fantastical, supernatural, futuristic, or highly imaginative realms or beings. Right, as you saw, Jeff, as in situations kwa the episodes that you saw, they're not exactly normal.
They're very abnormal.
Yeah. And majority of them are set in near future dystopias that contain sci-fi technology. It was inspired by the Twilight Zone. Mwenye wale walikuwa naona they show the Twilight Zone. I think wengi wameona hii version. Kumekuwa na versions tatu. I think kulikuwa na the 1950s version and the 80s version of Twilight Zone. And then
Hata si 70s, go after the 70s, 80s.
No. As in ilikuwa between, ilianza 50s spilling over into the 60s. Then there was an 80s version of which I think Bruce Willis alitokea kwa one of them. And then ile I think si tunajua yenye ilikuja KTN ilikuwa the 2002 version. Yeah.
Iko hata 90s. Walikuwa wamejaribu basi.
Yeah. And then juzi kulikuwa na hii version ya Jordan Peele ya 2019. Which didn't go past the last season. It was interesting. If you get time, you can watch it. Yeah, so that was the inspiration of behind this show. And in that show, Twilight Zone, kulikuwa na very unusual circumstances in the stories, which usually ended with twists. which was not a happy ending most of the time. Yeah, so that was the same inspiration for the same format that this show takes. Only difference is it explores the themes of technology and media.
Meaning, especially the first one, got a very deep meaning.
Yeah, and comments on contemporary issues, right? Difference are probably in hakuna hiyo that voice that like narrates the story. I think Brooker wanted you guys to like see the story and unfold, right? So it has been regarded as one of the best TV shows of the 2010s, winning several accolades, including Primetime Emmy Awards, and it along with the anthology series American Horror Story, another British show called Inside Year Number 9. We have been credited with reviving the anthology television format, right? But actually, Nini, I think it's only the premiere in the 15th. There was also an anthology by Alfred Hitchcock, the famous thriller director. He also had a show around that time, late 50s, early 60s. And I think this film of Black Mirror, it was amplified by it being put on Netflix.
Cool.
Yeah, and it has had several seasons since then. Actually, that show also, that British show Inside Number 9, Shuloti Depni Kali. Yeah. So before creating the show, Charlie Brooker, previously a comedy writer, had begun making. Before then, alikuwa anafanya reviews for video games na TV shows in the 2000s. And he decided to make an anthology series modeled after Twilight Zone, as we have said, and other British anthologies in the 70s and 80s. And he came up with a title which was inspired by the rock band Arcade Fire. They have a song called Black Mirror. But a deeper meaning of the title is that it used to refer to an empty electronic device when it is turned off, kama ni TV ama kitu yote iko na screen is turned off. So I think hiyo ni symbolism ya technology. Kuna vile you shouldn't depend so much on technology. Or you should be careful with the technology.
It's true.
Something like that. As in, when you're using it, you use it in a positive way, right? So the premise in the show is based on what if ideas. What will happen if such a scenario were to occur? And it is well, they consider what will be the consequence of a new technology and what is the worst case scenario when you depend on that technology. So the episodes mostly require suspension of disbelief, right? As we said before, they are not really rooted in realism. But the characters in those episodes, these things are very normal to them, and that's why they feel authentic. Now, recurring themes in Black Mirror, vitu kama data privacy, right? I think pia hiyo imekuwa very rampant. I think huku Kenya
kabisa,
watu wanakuanga worried that you might use the data or maybe footage for something sinister. Yeah, Kenya siku hizi tumekuwa paranoid.
People do that.
Vitu kama surveillance pia is also a recurring theme in the show, virtual reality, individualism, and consumerism. Many of the episodes end in a plot twist in the fashion of the aforementioned anthology shows, Twilight Zone. Now, I think a couple of episodes they have been rendered prescient, as in they predict something about a certain technology and it turns out to be true, or it comes to pass, right? So, I think now we can dive into now episodes that we saw in the first season of Black Mirror. So let's start with the first episode. The first episode is titled The National Anthem. Hapo nimesema kama Mkamba. The National Anthem, which follows a prime minister who wakes up to the news that a duchess or princess has been kidnapped, and footage of he witnessed he's given footage of a statement by the duchess by his staff. And in the statement, the kidnapper wants the prime minister to have sex with a pig on live television.
It had hii first episode ilikuwa na very deep meaning kwangu. Ilikuwa ama pigs wanna have the taste of their meal, so natonga pigs hawa waju au prime minister policies wanawekanga.
No, not just now police. Unajua police sana ndio wanaitangwa pigs.
Pia wanaitwanga pigs kama umesubusuba shamba wanyama. Wanaitwanga pigs hao watu wa juu. Police pia ni pigs pia, but pia hao.
Okay. Yeah, really seen it like that, but yeah, that's true.
Even though mimi nishikanisha, ilikuwa na deeper meaning.
Yeah. By this there's a deeper meaning, as in somebody. So the level of realism might not be there, but I think like we said before, you have to have a suspension of
lazima.
Yeah, because the story is the one that now will now lead you to like now explore the deeper meaning.
This was good.
So now he when he deliberates with his staff about the solutions, he suggests that probably they should mask the video ndio isitoke nje, but already these guys they had walitoa video YouTube, alafu by that time, by 9 minutes before they pulled it down, it had already been downloaded 50,000 times, meaning 50,000 people out there they have seen this thing. So ni a matter of now doing damage control. So very soon pia now the media has gotten hold of the story, but the newsroom that we see, they are deliberating about releasing the story before they get concrete proof. But now they are forced to run with the story because they've heard that other big news corporations have gotten wind of the story and they've run with it. So there's now like that scramble by the media and the prime minister's staff to get put a lid on the story, but quickly things are getting out of control because the prime minister's staff they are experts. I think wanakuanga na experts wa tech whatever. They've gotten a lead that of where the kidnapper might be, so they are trying to like get to find the location and find the guy, while also behind the scenes, without the prime minister's knowledge, they have procured the services of porn star mwenye sasa they plan ati wanamvalisha hizi I think hizi ni mask ya green screen. So sijui, I don't know whether they were planning to umse akimanga hii pig asijue what he's doing akiwa na kitu juu ya kichwa. And I wonder how that could have gone if he found out that he's actually being commissioned to have sex with the pig.
Bana.
So this was meant to trick the kidnapper that the prime minister is actually having sex with this pig. But he finds out that they are planning to trick him. And I'm assuming it's a he. So
I think kulikuwa na snitch hapo. Kulikuwa na mtu alikuwa anapatia kidnapper what's happening.
Probably. Lakini when this guy was entering to that room, there was that guy who took a photo. So as in this world of social media and Android phones, you usually cannot hide anything. Watu wanajuanga thing just like that.
Kabisa.
So when he sent his demands, there was a list of things that they should adhere to strictly, otherwise the Duchess will be killed. So as a warning that they should not try to trick him, he sends a finger to I think the Prime Minister's team that mkiendelea kujaribu kunidanganya, we will find out. I will find out. So the tactical team zeroes in on the location of where they think the kidnapper might be, but they find that it is a decoy location. The person who they thought was there was actually a mannequin.
Bana.
And at the same time, the news team that was they sent somebody, one of the staff members of the news team had gotten a lead from a leakage actually from a member of the Prime Minister's team. So unfortunately for her,
snitch.
Unfortunately for her, Sasa, she ends up getting shot and injured when she tries to record the raid. Now, with now a few minutes to go until the deadline of 4 p.m., the Prime Minister has no choice but to go through with the deed.
Bana.
And in excruciating fashion for him mostly and the viewers, he goes through with the deed for about an hour.
Bana.
I think he was given some kind of drug ndio akwe hard.
Bana.
And now when this is happening, the Duchess was released and she ends up passing out mali inje. And now after this, after the Prime Minister completes the deed, they discover that actually the Duchess was released 30 minutes before after the deadline. And she had not lost a finger. The finger belonged to an artist, a prize-winning artist, the kidnapper, which was a statement probably to say that everybody pays attention to celebrities and prominent figures instead of looking at events that matter, like maybe world hunger or war
Bana.
whatever, because hata yani hakuna mtu alijua that the Duchess has been released, because all the attention was on the prime minister having sex with this pig.
Bana.
Yeah, so after a year passes, the prime minister, his approval rating has improved because he sacrificed his dignity to save the Duchess. But now the cost of this is his marriage to his wife has suffered. Yeah, she cannot believe that he went through it. In her mind, as in he was selfish, right? Now, the second episode, which is called 15 Million Merits, is the one that Jeff here says that he struggled to understand. But this episode is set in a world of, in a futuristic world, which is enclosed, and people wako na routine.
Wana avatar yao.
Wako na their own avatar, and then they have to cycle on a stationary bike to earn merits. Merits in this case, I think, ni pesa, right? Of which, metaphorically or symbolically, all of us in society have to work to get money,
Kweli.
right? So this character called Bing, he meets with this lady called Abby. She's new to this place, and he's infatuated with her ever since he heard her voice when she was singing in the toilet. I'm guessing toilet ni unisex because kuna urinal hapo alafu dem
Bana.
yuko kwa stall too next. So I don't know. Maybe that is there's a symbolism there. I don't know.
Tunajua nini? Idosma the future tutakuwa nafanya kila kitu kwa moja.
Yeah. So this lady, he, in order to impress her, first of all, we notice that everybody in this world, wakiwa kwa room yao, wako na screens all around. Na kuna mtu unaona akicheza video game. Na once in a while kuna kuanga na adverts. So ukitaka hii advert ipite, unasema unalipia ndio hii advert iskipiwe.
Bana.
Otherwise you have to watch it mpaka ishe. Na siku hizi I think kuna kuanga na those of us who have Android phones, maybe if you're using an app on your phone, kuna kuanga na almost adverts for everything. So there's that option of you have to watch a few seconds of that advert ndio uweze kuskip. Otherwise you have no choice but
kuona yote
to watch the advert, which is really annoying. So imagine now these guys in this world wanaona advert now kwa big screen. So yani kama ulikuwa nafanya kitu yako, kama ulikuwa na maybe a favorite show or something, yani you have to wait for this advert to pass ndio ndio uendelee na vitu zako, ama ulipie ndio uiskip, na maybe una hiyo pesa ya kuskipia advert
bana.
Now, one of the adverts that we see recurring in the first part of the episode is the issue inaitwa Hotshot. Hotshot, I think, ni an equivalent of
American pop star,
American Idol, akina America's Got Talent.
Idol,
yeah, hizo I think watu huku wanazionanga sana, na I think The Voice, right? I think there are those who like download it or buy it kwa video library, ama they watch it on YouTube. there are very many formats to watch these talent shows. So this being fella ile impress Abby anamwambia enter competition hiyo hot shot because ya talent yake ya kuimba, right? So because she doesn't have any money and she's new to this place, she'll have to like accumulate like very many merits over a period of 6 months or something, ndio aweze kuingia kwa hiyo competition.
Sure, yeah.
Alafu impulsively this guy offers to buy a ticket for her to enter the competition
Kama mnoki.
na amepatana tu sahii haya. Lakini at first she does not accept, but he insists that he pay for her because he has merits that he inherited from his deceased brother, right? I am guessing this is what happens. Now, when it comes time to buy the ticket, he finds that the ticket is 15 million merits. Hakuwa expect hivyo, lakini because it's for this lady, maybe she'll appreciate him for it. He buys the ticket anyway. Afu anabaki na 9,000 I think merits. Haya
It's expensive.
sana, hata alishtuka, lakini who doesn't care, who can stop true love? Sasa when they enter the competition, the lady goes to the front to sing, and we noticed that kuna some drink wanapewa, it was just appliance meant to like help the protestants calm their nerves, alafu pia akue submissive in a way, right? So she performs the song, she has an exceptional voice, but the judges, for those who have watched reality competition shows, Kenyans mostly also can relate with Tusker Project Fame. Akina ilikuwa ni Ian Gogwa, Liliana, na who's the other guy? I think he was a Tanzanian.
Was it P-Funk? Ama nani? Sijui sauti lake. But ako producer TZ.
Yeah. So the judges they're like, okay, you have an exceptional voice, but that is not enough. So one of the judges owns a channel that is a pornographic channel. Says, tukijoin my porno channel, I think utakuwa star na utaishi vile unataka kuishi. So Abby, she wants to resist, but I think they threaten her with like she'll go back to the life of cycling for merits, which in this case I think it is considered hard labor. So hii pressure yote as in forces her to comply with what they want. And Bing is not very happy about this. He tries to intervene, but yani is subdued, alafu anatolewa nje. So the Abby ends up joining the porno channel. So so he manages, as in he's motivated and becomes obsessed with acquiring those merits of a few months. Alafu juu pia hizi merits zilikuwa zinamlipia chakula na zile anaishi, aka sacrifice, atakuwa nakula ile, anangojea watu ma leftovers za watu akula. So he ends up now reaccumulating the 15 million merits for the ticket to enter the competition. At the same time, when he was acquiring these merits, alikuwa I think alikuwa na ana perfect dance moves, right? Now, and then there's a shard of glass that he also tucks in his trousers. Ni one of the moments when he's forced to watch advert. Yeah, he's the girl Abby. He anakata kuiona lakini lazima uione, alafu hana hizo pesa za kulipia advert skip so it is no choice but to watch the whole thing. So yani in a fit of rage he I think burst the screens or something, alafu there's that shard of glass on the screen. So we wonder what he plans to do with this shard of glass. So wakati anaenda ana buy tickets for the competition, and then he tricks the people who provide the drink that the lady took earlier. Anachukua juice box empty, alafu anadanganya mtu ati nishakunywa hii kitu
bana.
So when he goes in front of the judges, he begins to perform the dance number, but he takes out the shard of glass, threatens to slice his own neck. And hao magazi wakijaribu kuintervene, anaambia ukijaribu kuja mi nitakufa. So one of the judges goads him into going through with it. Juu itakuwa entertainment for the audience. Unajua these other guys ni audience, unaona audience yao as avatars. Haya, so the other judges, they encourage him to speak, and he goes on a rant about this world, the world that they live in. I think it's very harsh. Conditions are very cruel. It's a very passionate speech. So, I think the lead judge anasema okay, that is a heartfelt speech, and how would you like to have a spot on one of my channels? So the guy ends up accepting, which is ironical because the Abby, the lady, she accepted joining a porno channel because of the influence of the drink she took. But this guy didn't take a drink, but he ends up like crossing over to a life of luxury, having his own channel and having that rant for a life of luxury. So in the end, I think his speech did not really mean anything. Yeah, which is a shame.
But maybe ilikuwa inatuonyesha ukitaka kitu endea.
Yeah, but yani it shows us also that you're sacrificing your own morals for a life of luxury, which is not always mean that you're going to be happy.
Kila mtu uko na nini yake na praise yake, ni kutumusema maybe uko ka small hiyo nini yake kikivu, unaona imemuinua and then up but uko right pia.
Yeah,
the world iko so immoral.
Yeah, that's true, because imagine kama sasa mtu yuko waka ana make merit zake by watching porno hata jali nani anamuona
Bana.
Yeah. So, and then the next episode, the last episode of this season of the first season of Black Mirror is called The Entire History of You, which focuses on a technology called green technology. People have been entered a subcutaneous chip that enables them to replay events in their lives. To review, I guess, but the main focus of this episode is relationships. So the main character in this episode is a lawyer called Liam. Liam is very insecure about his relationship with his wife. Because when he after was it an interview? Anaenda kuona ilikuwa interview which he doesn't think he did very well. And so aki hii technology ni kama imeka hiyo kuna memory bank ya your experiences. So you replay your experience. So aki access memory bank there, this interview he finds that he probably did not do very well. So I think he paranoia is what he takes to a party that he was invited to by the wife. When he arrives, he sees that his wife probably is flirting with a friend of hers, right? And he takes this paranoia
to another
level, right? What do you really think of this relationship?
Ilikuwa toxic. Ilikuwa toxic sana, yani husband yako anajua unamcheza. Alafu mjamaa hata hapo alikuwa anajua unye ameakwaya mtu mwingine. Ndio kuna pato wakiagi walikuwa wanaongea about machali wengine.
Then the husband was there.
Wakiagi na the husband uko mbele utaona tu. Husband akamuuliza swali kama amepita na boy fulani. Sasa hii kitu ilikuwa inaendelea. Hazee wanajua huyu akiongea na huyu kuna vana cheat.
So as in it gets him so paranoid that he investigates parts of his wife's past life,
present,
past and present, and he gets him so worked up that he ends up attacking the friend to the wife, right? Because he suspects that they're having an affair. Of which I think when he presses him, he finds out that it is actually true. They had an affair. And I think possibly the child that he has with the wife is not his. Which is it's a shame. But I think I understand where this guy comes from, because if you have somebody who is not faithful to you or doesn't take you seriously, they can gaslight you into thinking you're the one who is crazy. Until now you discover that they have been lying to you, I think, since the start of your relationship.
True.
And I think he this guy begins to be as in anaanza kunywa more than usual.
Kunywa ni mjinga.
And which is why now he gets into an accident, and replay events over the past few hours, he finds out that he fought with the boyfriend.
The boyfriend,
no.
Asi alikuwa anakula nini yake.
The friend to the wife.
Mpaka akamshikia chupa. Hiyo kitu ya flashback baba tu msee kukunywa yake kamfanya kwa. Na mimi nilikuwa na swali tu moja. Mbona msee angati wife? This was too much.
Yeah, as in from us from our on the outside looking in, we might assume that it is very easy, but I think sometimes these people don't let it become easy for you to let them go. For example, probably this guy was considering that the child, right, of which is sad that he finds out that the child is possibly not his. Now, I think the wife was dead set on making him believe that she's being paranoid. And I think the more paranoid you are, the more you want to hang on to this person, right? you want to like find proof that they are not who you suspect them to be. But probably the red flags were there, but haukuwa nataka kuona.
Kumelenga.
Yeah. So I think because of all the damage he has done when he replays these events, I think he decides finally to take out the chip. So when breaking down these 3 episodes of this show, of the first season, the National Anthem, we've seen it deals with politics and media and the public spectacle, of which I think we experienced that the combination of these in real time in Kenya. As in everything that you find out in politics, and you have to find it out through media. And these days it's not just like kati tunakitia na ma NTV, ni TikTok pia, ni Instagram, ni YouTube. So now, okay, and then 15 million merits we have seen there's some things to do with consumerism, hustle culture, and the illusion of escaping poverty. Which although appear to experience peer as in hustle culture especially.
Kabisa. Kaka sisi bado tuna hustle.
Ile unajinyima vitu ndio achieve a certain status.
Si hata ni ngumu hata ujinyime. Say basic zinasumbua.
So as because you need all basic needs.
Basic zinasumbua sana.
And then the illusion of escaping poverty, I think many people think that they can escape poverty through achieving fame. But they don't really know what they're achieving fame for.
Hiyo ni ukweli.
Because clear, me as long as niko famous, pesa zitakuja. But you can be famous and not have money.
Sure.
Yeah. The entire history of you, right? I think kwanza sijui tungekuwa na hii technology sijui ingekuwa inaendaje. I think it could not have been a very good invention.
Kabisa.
We're dealing with memory, jealousy, and the danger of never letting go.
Ingeleta madness. Unaona hizo chips zafanya tu kuchizi.
Because instead of kusahau kitu yani you keep yani living it and
na cancer, hizo chip naogopa juu ya cancer.
Yeah, okay, there's always the danger of that, but yani if your erratic behavior because of paranoia does not kill you fast. So let's look at the themes we have experienced in when watching these episodes in this show of the first season. That the social media never forgets. The internet rewards outrage and humiliation. True, right? Once something goes viral, it can define a person's life forever.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
And which any, for example, when our president says something, maybe he said it over 10 years ago, and he says something about a project he's starting or whatever. There's always somebody who's going to dig up that one thing he said years ago,
Bana,
to expose any, I don't know, hypocrisy or something. Yeah. Capitalism sells hope, but our society is not. I think is it half capitalist, half socialist?
So ndio tunaingia capitalism fully. But kuna socialism kiasi.
And in the episode 15 million merits asked whether talent competitions are genuine opportunities or carefully managed dreams that keep people compliant.
Carefully managed dreams that keep people compliant. So watu hakina Britney Spears pia alikuwa na complain story hiyo kitu. Kuko na udem kutoka Sweden alikuwa anaitwa Robin. The same thing, haku keep up na hivyo yuko kwa control mpaka nini yako ina kwa control ngoma schedule yako.
All those judges, once maybe you join their labels and they control how your image is going to be.
Everything.
But I think Robin blew up before these competitions became.
Nasema tu blow up, lakini nasema tu hata ukiblow up huko juu utakuwa controlled. Na hata uliona kitu walikuwa wanadu hapo, wanakuambia wewe usitobo hapa na kuingiza hii world.
And have we seen such during the height of the popularity of Tusker Project Fame? What do you think has happened to those contestants since that time?
Kuna wale life yao iliendelea juu na kuna wale walipotea from the scene kabisa. Wale life zao ziliendelea fiti sana wale na kwa radio stations kwa nchi zao.
Okay. It was an East African thing, right?
But the artists themselves, ndio kusema kweli, hakuna mtu wa Tusker Project Fame alienda kwa na very successful musical career. Watu walienda down the drain.
Akina Bruce Paquette sizi wako
sio hata kujima liko.
Na Wendy pia alikuwa part of Wendy she went to acting.
Alikuwa na ngoma. Tena kama na mtu mwingine mtu ndiye aliharibu career yake. Ni Wendy ama si Wendy? Wendy alikuwa na sing peke yake. Kulikuwa na dem fulani pia alikuwa hapo akaenda kama na mse fulani comedian, wewe aliharibu career yake. Kwenda poa.
Comedian alikuwa controversial ama career yake tu ilikuwa tu
hata nikinje. Mjamani Mario, dem Mario na Nyambane bwana. Nyambane karibu career yake. Dem alikuwa sijui second boy for Nyambane. Sasa dem kuendelea kuimba, aliendelea tu kwa hizo kwa magossip kila saa. Hivyo ndo career yake ikaisha.
Na lakini Wendy, I think that she still acting Julieta kama ame transition to acting.
Wendy alienda kwa acting lakini sio uliona pia alipotea. Kulikuwa na Wendy ude malmari wa Nyambane dem mwingine pia but alikuwa kwa Tusker Project Fame. Kuna mwingine alikuwa na simu vipoa sana. Siku hizi naona TikTok anafanya vitu zingine maajabu. Kuomba watu pesa. Kuongea and that nigga was so talented, man.
Nale, where do people this kids? Amos and Josh.
I think ni more na Amos. Amos alimbanga kwa church.
Not exactly where you wanted to be during that time.
Not exactly. But nafanya na celebrity na nimenotice kitu moja na celebrity wengi wa Kenya. How believe mali wako. Bado nafikiria bado wana that power.
Okay. Na was it doing part of the Project Fame pia?
Yeah, alikuwa the guitarist too.
Okay. So he blew up outside of the influence of Tusker Project Fame.
Kidum alikuwa shahit, Kidum ngoma zake zilikuwa zimehit. Hata kabla Project Fame. Alikuwa na market yake.
So do you think technology the way we saw these episodes, ama the way now the way we depend on technology, has it brought out who we really are, as in the dark side of us? Ume witness na nini exactly?
Saizi za kwambia hivi unaona hizi free wifi hizi zinatumikanga kwa ma restaurant. Hizi wifi hizi zinatumikanga kwa anyway, hata hizi kutoka huko nje unatumia 10 bob. Hizo free wifi usiwezi tumia sasa una udidodo yako kutoka kwa bank. Mtu kuona
na tumia kuhack
hata hack hivyo mara mingi sana.
Leo nadhani uko na millions uko na 5 bob.
Kuna kama sharp boys kazi yao ni nini? Wanatonga ma sharp boys hawa sijui watu wa hizi forex. Ndio kazi yao. Kuibia watu.
Na pia I think kuna there's somebody in my family mwenye alitrikiwa into giving their phone to these sharp boys too.
Oh,
Akatoa line yake akaeka ingine, and then I don't know how they do this, but then it's a very bad way. As in, you don't survive by by taking advantage of others. I think that ends very badly.
bana.
So, obsession with perfection. Recording every moment that sounds useful. How do you think that will end up if such a technology existed?
Ina exist bado vile ijaanza kutumika. Yeah.
If, for example, in a relationship,
Ni mbaya.
yani every kuna hizi moments ndogo ndogo unazichukulia ku mean something different, and maybe they are genuine or maybe it's something.
Kwanza hata mwanaume afiko anafikiria hivyo. Bembe afiko anafikiria hivyo. Na ukinotice wewe mwanaume unafuatana na hivyo na wife wako, then uko in a very bad relationship. Kwa si wife wako.
I think even even for the ladies, as in kwa mtu anafaa kuwa paranoid ndio design, right? Any trust inakuja inakuwa trashed because
then kama unaishi hivyo, then there's no need kuishi pamoja. Jamtrustiane.
So if you look at these episodes from a Kenyan lens, how would the national anthem play out with Kenyan politics?
National anthem ya hiyo update ikianza ama
That episode, the national anthem,
inaonyesha tu,
the first episode,
inaonyesha tu, yani inaonyesha tu sio vile pesa inaibwa left and right, left the policies ya kujibenefit tu, unapata mtu wa chini anaumia sana. Ama nafikiria mbona si wa chini walikuwa wanataka kuona huyu jamaa kula pig, watakuwa na huyu pig akihave a taste of his own food. Just wanakuja policies zinatuchapatisha chini. Hatuna makazi, kazi haziko, job opportunities haziko. Only government ina serve a very few people. So unaona, yani
who have the means to afford a certain lifestyle. Yeah, and what happened to this prime minister is I think it will be every politician's worst nightmare. I think that the guy wanted to test whether this prime minister would would humble himself to save somebody else. And unfortunately, I think if it was any normal person, not just a prominent person or the royal family, do you think he would have gone through with this sacrifice?
Nah. Angefanya hivyo.
Would a Kenyan politician go through with something like this?
Hawezi.
Unaweza dojaje with all eyes on them?
Fanya hivyo. Bribe tu ingetolewa tu mahali.
But do you think that they would have had the technology to trace where this guy is?
Kama walikuwa na trace watu siku za Kanyotu, walikuwa ni Kanyotu. Ile time ya Moi walikuwa na trace watu. Watamtrace tu, serikali na mkono mrefu bana.
Sema wamepewa deadline a few hours. Will they make that deadline?
Ena depende umekidnap mtoto wa nani. Si kidnap mtoto ya Ruto George Ruto uone. Mtu wa kawaida kufa peke yako. Kidnap mtu wao ndio utajua.
So yeah, now that politician would only consider doing this. Okay, would they consider doing this if it was that child of a prominent figure?
wanaweza consider. I've nothing as mabutilika.
The scenario exactly like in this episode.
Sumsanga amekuweka hapo. Hao wananga moral. Atana kule upigi mbaya sana. Wananga moral. Bino nimekuweka hapo. Sasa lazima ufanye hiyo kitu ndio mtu wangu akurelease. Without me ungekuwa hapo. Politics za kwanga dirty game.
If only yani.
Wewe uliona hiyo premise kwa naongea na Queen na kwa naongea na Royal Family. So ndio nimeweka hapo.
Kwa pressure mbaya.
Kwa pressure na wife yake alimabasifanya kile bidii afanye.
And did you see any he had also started becoming abusive and disrespectful to members of his staff.
Hata kwa kunyonga ule ni mwingine ule. Si mtu mzuri.
That brings out yani he presents this front of a decent person but he's really not.
The politicians wanakuanga hivyo. I've noticed like 70% hata hapa Kenya. Asi upiganga staff yao. Staff watu wanamfanya kazi. Watu kama aid. Upigwe uslapio uchichioka watoto wadogo.
Damn. So in the episode 15 million merits, the second episode, would you say is it the pressure of chasing fame on TikTok, YouTube, and reality TV similar in our situation here in Kenya?
Similar. Similar to situations. Si eti si Kenya peke yake, dunia mzima.
And I think mostly with socialites huku ile mtu ana fake their lifestyle and huku because TikTok is vast, the whole country. I think that is what they use, especially when they're doing live shows. I think that's how they gain fame, right?
So
unfortunately, in other parts of the world, this has ended up tragically. Do you come on this lady who wanted to like stage a kidnapping on TikTok?
And
then I don't know if it is her or those people she was staging the kidnapping with. They broke her real ban. And then things went haywire and she ended up getting shot for real on TikTok Live, I think. The dangers of chasing fame. If somebody is not smart about their way of chasing fame,
inakuja na strategy, alafu ushapata fame, how will you stay on top? Then they turn artists.
As in that they have not thought of the strategy of like navigating and managing that thing. They only thought about yes, they have achieved fame. They had not thought beyond that point.
So,
which is now sadly the reality of somebody who doesn't think things through. And I think their fame as in fizzles just like that.
Kabisa. Pata potea.
Okay, will Kenyans actually want the grain memory chip from the last episode, the entire history of you, or would it destroy relationships?
It has relationships. Because relationships
100%.
on the rock. 100%, yeah. That's your key to do. It's dangerous kuweka, but ishaiona.
Yeah, and I agree with you because something like that. I think hii mambo ya ati in a toxic relationship and you keep yani you cannot forget this relationship.
It's bad sana.
As in some relationships are better buried in the past.
Kabisa.
And it will not be a very good technology. Whoever will accept now as in adapting this technology, sorry to say, there will be a fool.
But it was supposed to come. Ili have kukuja.
Alafu?
walikataa. Hata siku kwa Shark Tank kulikuwa na msali watakuileta.
This was after Black Mirror premiered or before?
This was before even Black Mirror. Yake ilikuwa ni kwa ni Bluetooth. I think ilikuwa inaingizwa kwa mkono ama inaingizwa mahali kwa masikio.
Yeah. So how profound do you think cancel culture in Kenya is compared to Majio?
Kenya unaona kwanga bullshit. Wakenya kuchukia msee, wanataka kila mtu amchukie. Ni kama vile sasa Wakenya wanachukia Ruto. Sasa ukikuwa karibu na Ruto wataka ukanseliwe. Na hiyo democracy. Democracy, kila opinion iko open, yani kila mtu ana right kwa opinion yake.
Yeah, but I think Maju, the same thing too. Those people who are associated with Trump, everybody wants them to be cancelled, or they believe that they are friends or something. So I think it's similar too. Like do you think the situations are that similar, ile ati mpaka kama alikuwa na endorsement nini inakansoliwa?
Kukifanya kitu jingi inaweza kansoliwa. Kuna time Jo Mfalme, Shaki, sijui kama ni Shafi ama Shaki, walikuwa kwa radio station. Wakasema madem hawafai kwenda kwa manyumba za maboy kwa jajipanga. Kuna dem alikuwa ametuka kutoka kwa building na chali yake. Hiyo kitu ileta rage. So kila DJ Jo kakansoliwa kwa show. Leo hiyo radio station kabaki wamefire Shaki. Niko Shafi vile wanaitwa. Kapo discover wamemfire. Juu hiyo comment alimake. Sasa juu hiyo station yao kama wangefukuza Shafi, hiyo show yao ilikuwa cancelled. Na watu wakaanza ku unfollow it. A lot of bullshit happen. Na kumbuka day it is biona channel za cancel culture ya Kenya, which sometimes I feel iko so unfair.
Yeah, it is. Zinafu pia they don't give somebody room
could you explain
to explain themselves, or at least redeem themselves if they are told they accept that they made a mistake, which is, like you've said, is unfair. So the pressure to make it here, how do you think how impactful do you think it is?
Tuko tu the same tu, unapata opportunities ni kidogo. So people are doing a lot of crazy things. Boy.
What? So I don't know, people are crazy. The world is crazy, let's just say. The addictive nature of phones and social media. How wide do you think it runs?
I think the worldwide too. Everything usipo control itakuja itakucontrol.
So your discipline.
Your discipline.
I think we should and we also should teach our kids also to be disciplined around these things, because I think hii generation alpha ndiye iko na hiyo they are in the danger of being addicted to these two things, phones and social media. So I think we should train them to be disciplined with this technology.
Sure.
And in that regard, will you say technology is improving our humanity or exposing our worst instincts?
It's improving. Inadepend vile unaitumia. Mimi kwangu ina improve. Ina improve, but at the same time ina expose. Inaonyesha how far people can go to trend.
Do you come out, for example, let's see the first episode National Anthem. Now that journalist, in order to get this staffer of the Prime Minister's team to leak information to her, she had to take photos of her nudity to convince him to open up,
Bana.
which is I think
It happens, hata huku it happens.
That is a very bad way to
Hata umetumia na manage the State House unacheza. Ndio ingie State House wakava hiyo news
Right. So, what episode of the 3 episodes, which one do you feel was most realistic in our society today?
I think the second one. I don't go entertainment industry. Inaonyesha tu vile levels watu wanaweza get for that film.
Na when pia politics, because which is a very big part of our culture,
Politics iko hapo pia.
was very relatable with the first episode.
Okay, mi naongea the first episode ni kweli, lakini mi on my personal opinion, yani second si about entertainment na mu produce mu fanya hizi vitu zote inaonyesha two levels watu ufanya ndio keep fame ama levels mtu anaweza enda ajifeed. So already malikubali story ya pono because he needed fame and he needed money to get by. First one obvious, hiyo ni lifestyle yetu, na nilikuambia first one ilikuwa ama jamaa ma taste of their own medicine. Unajua Kenya bado politicians wetu bado.
I think we have both also agreed that we will not adapt the green technology in our system. Mwenye atakubali yenyewe, hey, they need to be checked.
Itakubaliwa, tupatie tu time.
So as we close the episode and the season, I think we would say Black Mirror is a mirror reflecting the world we are already living in. However, like fictional, the episodes we saw seemed. And I think there are episodes which were disturbing to maybe you. Will disturb you?
Maybe the first episode.
Kama hiyo chaos kila mahali.
First episode ilikuwa mbaya sana, alafu ilikuwa so unfair. Alafu kulala pig the mtoto kwina achiliwe. But that girl was not even a nice guy.
So maybe I think the person who orchestrated that whole scenario must have like researched this guy and hapana, lazima takufunza adabu.
But it just shows how vile mabutlika they can go so far to impress the masters.
So probably you guys, those who have seen Black Mirror, the first season, you probably have your own opinions about what is the most disturbing moment or the episode in that first season. So you can tell us. You remember our email address 254action@gmail.com or on YouTube or on any of other mtandaos, TikTok or Instagram, right? So we've come to the end of this season of Action 254. We'll not be necessarily taking a break. We'll might have an episode where we'll recap how the season has been, how we probably would like to improve or change things and make them better, right? So not every format or program is perfect, but any real grow from the tribulations we go through. I'm an edge, my friends. Yes, so thank you very much for being with us. If you'd like to support the podcast, send your contribution to 0724 941 375. Also, press that notification button and subscribe to us. Thank you very much. See you. Bye. Peace.
Bye, peace.